Yes, the day is finally here, October 21st, 2015, day that Marty McFly travels to the future. In 1989, the sequel to the widely popular Back to the Future movie depicted the main character, Marty McFly, traveling to 215 from the year 1985 in an attempt to rescue his future son from being framed by a local group.
Hey, what year is it? Oh, thank goodness.
Where have you been? It's Robert Goja, what are you doing?
You gotta come back with me.
Where?
Back to the forecast, JP.
What?
Went back 100 years to see how forecasting has changed over the past 100 years, and you wouldn't believe the improvements there were.
You look different.
Yeah, I had I met with Ken Graham, the meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Service, and he kind of acted as my guide. So if you want me to take y'all along, I'll show you where I've been. There's been a lot of changes in 100 years. Let's check it out. Time circuit's on.
Things were so different in 1915. You didn't have satellite, you didn't have radar, you didn't have all these special tools that we use today. In 1915, you basically had observations that were from ships, from the Cuban Weather Service.
With various weather balloons and ship reports, forecasters were able to draw at least rudimentary forecast maps. But what it really came down to was a forecaster's knowledge, skill, and experience.
You would see a group of people on a big flat table that was arched. They drew the weather maps, and then every single hour they went outside and took an observation. That was the extent, for the most part, of their job. They could write a statement, walk out the door, hand it to the New Orleans police chiefs, hand it to the fire chiefs. That was your warning system in 1915.
In 1915, there were no radio news broadcasts, no satellites, no radar. People relied on newspapers. And the day before the storm, the forecast was fair and cooler today, tomorrow, partly cloudy and unsettled. That's all they got.
Destruction of the city was just all over the place. I mean, from streetcars to major historic buildings had the roofs torn off, and to have that type of storm coming in and to have no information ahead of time, I mean, the loss of life was significant even back in 1915.
After the 1915 storm, big changes occurred. We developed the radio, the television, the teletype, all these tools very important in order to inform the public as soon as possible. One more big change since the 1960s, satellite imagery.
And it was Hurricane Betsy, 1965, that we really got a first real good look at a hurricane. We see it, and it matches the structures that we studied in the textbooks. And the most important thing, a heads up.
Even as forecasting improved over 50 years, and with the large advancements in technology, including rudimentary computer models, it was still extremely difficult to forecast Hurricane Betsy back in the 1960s.
5 days before landfall, Betsy was forecast to go up to the Carolinas. 3 days before, well, something changed. Now going South Florida towards Key West and into the Gulf of Mexico. And then the day before, another change, now impacting Louisiana.
You know, a change from the Carolinas to Louisiana within a matter of 5 days was actually pretty common back then. But at least in this point in time, people were much better prepared than they were in 1915. Now, as we jump 40 more years into the future, we're going to meet up with Ken Graham just days before Hurricane Katrina struck. And even in 40 years, we saw great advancements with the forecast for Hurricane Katrina. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Robert, you're just in time.
Oh, yeah, it's a time machine. Is that a Pepsi One?
It is.
Okay, well, can you show me all the advancements from 1965 since Hurricane Betsy?
Great Scott, let's go.
Stuck in 2005 because of that can of Pepsi. So luckily, I made it back here just in time.
Looks like your ties were stuck in 2000.
Yeah, well, this is what you're supposed to wear in 2015, right? This is the professional look, right? Well, I don't know. But if you want to see how I made it back, it'll be online later this afternoon, plus some more information about how forecasting has evolved in even the past 10 years, so you can check it out later today at WBRZ.com.
Interesting. I don't think you really made it back. I think you're just a computer image.
Well, maybe. I don't know. One thing I know is that I'm going to take this tie off, and I'm probably going to go put some money on the Cubbies. So I'll see you later.
Ken looked a little bit different.
He did, yeah. He had some hair back then. He kind of is, I guess, younger Doc Brown, you know. So, and then he actually helps me get back to 2015 since he, almost inhibited that. So it was definitely a fun adventure through time. I'm going to have to do it again sometime.
Well, Robert, thanks for joining us. Help us to celebrate Back to the Future Day.
We will.
All right, now back to the present with your latest technology news. Here's Rena's and Ken, that's from ABC with